What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be previewing the Bengals game on Sunday. I was going to originally make this video tomorrow. I sometimes like to make the videos the day before the game, previewing the game, but tomorrow is a solar eclipse, and I plan on being up for that early in the morning, so I decided to get it done today. But in this video, I'm going to be previewing the Bengals game on Sunday. I'm going to talk about our injuries, and I'm going to talk about how we've done so far throughout the first third of the season. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, so Sunday on the 15th, we play the Bengals at 10 a.m. This is another chance for Pete Carroll to improve his Eastern record. He's one of the best in the league at it, playing at 10 a.m. And I'm hoping he can continue with that. This is a pivotal matchup for us, a pivotal game. This game can decide if we can separate ourselves from last year. Can we go 4-1 instead of 3-2? Because 4-1 looks a lot better than 3-2. We want to be 4-1 because that puts us firmly into a playoff spot 6 weeks into the season. The matchup predictor has us favored, but the spread has us as underdogs. And for all intent and purposes, we are underdogs in this game. The entire league sees us as underdogs, especially due to what Burrow did to the Cardinals on Sunday. We are coming off a bye, so I hope we do not come out relaxed. We got to come out guns a-blazing, come out with full force, come out with no mercy, and improve our record to 3-0 and stay undefeated on the road. The Bengals have struggled the first few weeks of the season, but that's due to Burrow being injured. But I believe he's getting healthier now. You saw what he did last week against the Cardinals. Jamar Chase, man, he is a dog. He is a dog, and it's gonna be our first real test, first true test in our secondary against a good wide receiver core in Chase, Higgins, and Boyd. So we've got to. In order to do that, we've got to get to the quarterback, and we got to continue. We got to build off the success we did last week in MetLife. So, huge opportunity for us to get a win and separate ourselves from last year. Because last year at this time we were 2-2. Can we go 4-1 instead of 3-2? So we'll see what happens here. But this is a huge game for Geno. He's going to be fully healthy, at least 95% healthy due to that knee injury. I feel like Walker could be primed to have a good game. I mean, he has 5 touchdowns, man. 64 carries, only 300 yards so far. We got to give him more touches. Apparently, K9 isn't even top 10 in touches. We have to run the ball more. I'm sure Pete knows that. DK's having a good year so far. Look at Chase, though. Like I said, Chase is a dog. I mean, his first 3 touchdowns came against the Cardinals, but he's still a dog regardless. So it's going to be a real test for our young guys in the secondary, and Woolen and Witherspoon. But we get Trey Brown back. We still have Mike Jack. We're going to be good. We'll be good. T. Higgins is questionable, but I would assume he's going to play. They are missing a defensive player, a linebacker, but these other guys like Awuzie, Harper, and Tupou. Sorry if I butchered that. They're probably going to play too, and these guys are they want to be first in the division. So, but we want to be first in the division too. So we have to come out guns a-blazing. But moving on to our injury update, looks really good. I mean, this is what we expected coming out of a bye week. Not a lot of injuries. A lot of people that were injured are healthy and good to go. I know DK has constantly been after every game. He usually sits out the first 2 practices, but he always practices on the 3rd day. It's just because he's still healing from that rib injury he suffered against the Lions. And I had no doubt he was going to be playing. I mean, he's not on the injury report. He has no injury designation for Sunday. But huge additions that we were getting back are Jamal Adams once more. He cleared concussion protocol. Not worried about this because they were just resting him. Even then, they let him practice a little bit. Ooh, excuse me. And DK, like I said, a full participant, and huge. This is huge. Charles Cross, full participant, no injury designation for Sunday. So this is massive heading into Sunday, knowing that we get our left tackle back. But Phil Haynes, our right guard, is questionable with that calf injury. I feel like if he does play, we should split reps between him and potentially Brown if Brown doesn't play at left guard, because we need him to be healthy, because he's had a really good year so far, and we need him to be healthy, and we do not want him to continue making that calf injury worse, because against the Giants, he left early because of that calf injury. He re-aggravated it, so I do not want to see it get worse. Our players that are officially out are Kobe and Artie. I don't know what's going on with Kobe. I remember a couple weeks ago he said he'd be back, but he's still out. It must be out. It looks like it's not a good injury. And then Artie has a hamstring. You don't want to mess with those, so I'm glad he's still out. We're okay at cornerback. We got Trey Brown back. We still got Mike Jack. We got Woolen. We got Witherspoon. We got Kelly. If Love needs to slide down to the slot corner, he can do that because he can play slot. But most likely not playing. He's probably not going to play. Is Lewis. This makes me think that Brown is going to start at left guard, and Olu will start at center. I felt like if Olu starts at center, this is his first. We can get a first real glimpse at Olu at center being a starter, because even though he played last game and I think the game before he had a couple snaps too, he's shown promise. He's shown so much promise. He didn't allow a single pressure. Both him and Brown by the way didn't allow a single pressure last game when they had to switch it up due to injuries. I know Drew Lock had that ankle injury, but he seems to be questionable. But assuming that Gino's going to play, I think we'll be okay. And even though Gino was a full participant all 3 days, I feel like he's still not all the way fully healthy, but just like pretty much all the way there, like 95%, 95%. But our playmakers such as Jaron Reed, Draymond Jones is starting to step up. Jordan Brooks had a good year so far. They're going to be back, which is good. So good to see from our injury report, and hopefully we can stay healthy and leave this game healthy too. But moving on to how we've done so far this season, the first third of the season. Look at this. This is O-line rankings as of today, or today as I'm making this video. And as we know, Philly is the first ranked offensive line in the league. Makes sense. They have literally their entire offensive line are Hall of Famers. But look at where we're at, and when I show you the rest of the stats we have, you're going to disagree with this. We are 29th. We are according to Pro Football Network, we are the fourth worst. We have the fourth worst O-line in the league. Really. Kudos are in order for the backup offensive tackles that took the field for the Seattle Seahawks in weeks 2 and 3. Stone Forsythe was great on the left side against a solid Detroit rush, and Curhan survived the Aiden Hutchinson attack. While relative performance is nice, it won't have Seattle climbing up these rankings. But look at where we are in sacks allowed. Look at this. 7 sacks allowed. And you're telling me we are the worst? We are the fourth worst O-line? We have the fourth worst O-line in the league? Nah, son. Seattle continues to be slept on. I mean, it's nothing new. We're always the underdogs. We always are being slept on until we're good, and then they want to hop on the Seattle Seahawks train. That's all the media does. They always sleep on us until we're good. It's crazy. We are literally up there with the Chiefs, better in San Fran than the Dolphins in sacks allowed. And you're telling me we are not good. And we are the fourth worst according to Pro Football Network. Just shows that the Seahawks don't get no love, man. They don't. And look at quarterback rating. Look at this. Top 10 in quarterback rating. Yards allowed. Total yards. We are near the bottom. But then again, that's because our defense hasn't been able to get off the field, so our offense doesn't have a lot of time. And I'll get to the defense here in a second. But even then, with 909 yards, we are scoring 28 points per game, which is good for 6th in the league. We have the 6th best scoring offense in the league so far, with less than 1,000 yards of offensive output. That's insane. That just goes to show how much of a mastermind Shane Waldron is. Completion percentage. Where are we? We're like middle of the pack. 66% is pretty good. We want to aim for 70 though. We want to be a little higher, and I know Gino wants to be higher, but like I said, it's kind of hard to do that when your O-line was hurt and he had backups. But even then, the backups did well. But moving on to the defense, our defense has improved so far compared to last season. Points per game, we are 21st in the league, allowing 23 points per game. I'll round up. 23 points, 22.8, 23 for rounding purposes. Not bad. Not bad considering our offense score is 28, so that's good. We are allowing less points than our offensive scoring, so that's good. But we want to get this in the teens, 19. We want to be like up here, top 10 scoring defense. The thing is, we need to work on this. We are the second worst team in the league in third down defense. We need to get off the field. I know Pete has been emphasizing it, but allowing 52% of third down conversions is not okay. And I'm sure the players know it. I know Pete knows it. I know Clint Hurt knows it. We have to improve on third down. We had a better day against the Giants last week. I think we only allowed them to convert 6 out of their 16 third downs, which is really good. It's a step in the right direction. But we got to continue. We got to improve. We have to get off the field on third down more. Because if not, it leads to this. We are the fifth worst team in the league in time of possession allowed. We're up there with the Broncos. We can't allow this. We need to allowing opposing teams to have 34 minutes of offensive possession is not good. Which is why our offense doesn't get a lot of time to shine, because our defense can't get off the field on third down. So definitely got to work on that third down defense. We do that, our offense is going to thrive. It gives our defense more rest, gives our offense and it gives our offense more chances to score. But look at this though, rushing yards per game. We are 6th in the league in rushing yards per game, which is really, really good. Like Jaron Reed said before the season that they're going to make sure that we're not going to have a repeat of last year in terms of allowing rushing yards. And so far, they are backing it up on that D-line. They are doing an amazing job stopping the run. And look at this, we are tied first with Cleveland for rushing yards per attempt, which is amazing. That's crazy. That is crazy. But passing wise, we have to improve. We have the third worst passing defense in the league, considering that we were middle of the pack last year, and we're literally worse than Denver. And Denver's defense is trash. We can't allow this. We have to bump this down to like in the 250s, 230s. No, not 250s, 230s. We have to bump that down because that's not good. But look at how many sacks we have. We went from like bottom 10 in the league to top 10. We're number 7 in the league in sacks at 16. 11 of them came against the Giants, but still, that's really good. QBR allowed, we're like middle of the pack, slightly below middle of the pack. Still good. We'll take it. We got to improve on it though. But QBR is not right. QBR is quarterback rating, passer rating. Okay. It's not QBR, it's passer rating. I don't know why they don't put passer rating. They could just put like PR or something. But we got to improve on that too. It's because they've been dicing us. Sorry if you heard that voice crack. They've been dicing us through the air. So we got to improve on that. But our defense still has a lot to show and improve, and hopefully that we can do that against the Bengals. But this is a huge matchup, and this is, like I said, this is an ultimate test for our defense. And our offense should do well because the Bengal defense isn't the best. Look at the rushing yards per attempt they allow. Or let's do rushing yards per game. They're second to last in rushing yards allowed per game. So I feel like our running back should be able to feast. Passing defense, they are a little better. They're like, they're actually really good in allowing. They allow 100, just shy of 200 yards per game through the air, which is really good. That's because they don't allow opposing teams to hit their wide receivers. But the thing is they struggle against tight ends, and we rely on our tight ends more than most teams in the league. So I feel like we're going to take advantage of that. So huge matchup for us, and let's walk away with this dub and separate ourselves from last year. But I think that's all I have for this video. I'm going to be making another video tomorrow post game, just an instant reaction, and then I'll probably make another Seahawks video on Monday, just going more in depth for whether we win or lose. And then I'll make another video next week previewing the game week 7, which I think is against the Cardinals. in Seattle. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. Comment below on how you think we're going to do. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day. And go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.